Hi, Bernie Borges here, host of the Social Business Engine. I am live recording here from Integrated Marketing Summit in Kansas City, and I'm joined by Zena Wiest, Strategy Director at Level 5. Welcome, Zena.
Thanks for having me, Bernie.
Zena, let's talk about ROI of Social. What is the ROI of social in the modern business today?
You know, I think there's two ways to look at ROI, and there's a lot of discussion about ROI. I think the two ways we can look at it very clearly are you obtaining revenue or are you reducing costs? And I think the interesting part of social is the reduction of costs. A lot of people aren't thinking about it, especially B2Bs. What you can do within social is you can listen to what customers are saying, what prospects are saying, and you can do a lot with that. For when I worked at H&R Block, what we would do is listen to customers, go in, figure out what was going on as far as customer care issues, and we would work with the customer service team to help change up the scripts for the call centers well before the calls would come in to the...
So kind of real-time
real-time adjustments, even adjustments to the IVR when there was a large issue happening,
right,
in the space. And that can happen with B2B as well. When there is an issue, when there's a site outage, or if you're a host provider and there's an issue, it's a simple, here's what we're doing, here's how we're resolving it, and if you have more questions, do this. You can push that out onto social. But then you can make those changes that you need to make to equip your customer service teams so that they're actually reducing the call volume, or at least the time of call, on the call.
So I like that that's an example of ROI, because as you pointed out, the other side to the fence is raising revenue, and everybody always wants to talk about that, right?
Absolutely,
It's more glamorous.
It is.
This is not quite as glamorous, but it's real.
Yes.
How does an organization, set up the infrastructure to respond to that?
Well, the customer service team needs to be brought in, as does operations, and you have to have a listening tool put into place. And you need somebody that understands, and at least a group of people that understand social and what it means. And you've got to bucket everything up. What are your stakeholders saying? Where is the priority? Are prospects the most important, or is media the most important? Or for this week, because we've got a revenue call, this stakeholder is the most important, potentially the media, whereas in a typical week, it's most likely going to be your client or your customer. So somebody there to provide the strategy for what we're going to be listening for, where the prioritization is, and then how we're going to respond. You always need to respond first and foremost. If people are reaching out to you in social, you need to respond in social. But you know that if they're reaching out to you in social, the phones are going to start ringing soon, and the call centers are going to start getting questions. So you might as well tweak and optimize your call scripts to handle these.
So this example that you gave, Zena, is that a marketing issue, or is that a customer service issue? Where does it fall into an organization?
That's the most amazing thing about social. It falls into all of the different silos, right? And so everybody kind of needs to get along and start working together in a collaborative environment. And that's why I really like this conference, Integrated Marketing, because it is basically saying we need to figure this out and take the customer view into perspective, the customer experience, especially in digital, into perspective. And that's what we do at Level 5, is we focus on the customer experience. If you're not thinking about the customer, especially in digital and social, they're going to go elsewhere. They're going to go to your competitors. So you've got to keep what the customer is wanting first and foremost, and making sure you're providing that before you push marketing.
So create a great customer experience, respond in real time, and that generates measurable ROI.
You summed it up much better than I would have, Bernie.
Zena Wiest, thank you so much for joining me here today.
Thank you so much.